AM 560. The Answer.
I want to ride my bicycle. I want to ride my bike. I want to ride my bicycle. I want to ride my bicycle. 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 I want to ride my bicycle.
Community members in the northern suburbs are mourning a 16-year-old girl who was shot and killed Saturday morning. Lily Bovo was a student at Glenbrook South High School. WGN's Emmy Victor.
See how beautiful this kid was? Any update on my prediction of who the low-life, wretched piece of dung that killed her? Anything, Squirrel? I say imported for 50. Rick, Laporte, Indiana.
Yeah, Sean.
Yeah.
I see they took $30,000 away from a student so they can pay the new superintendent an extra $30,000, and she hasn't even worked day one yet.
Yeah, she's making $380 as her starting pay. It's a good gig, huh? What do you get? What do you produce for that? Stupidity, which means you produce loyal Democrats. You got to keep those welfare rolls packed, and that's how Democrats stay in power. And then they start talking about reparations, all kinds of liberation. Yeah, it's the same stuff. How else do you think these Democrats plan on staying in power? Morons and illegal aliens. Thank you very much, Rick. Oh, Squirrel, I can't help it. I think, therefore, I am. I mean, after all, people are going to start to get pissed off when they realize just how much money is being stolen on an hourly basis.
There was a company that we fired that had billed us $200 million, not a single usable line of code. And here's the good part. When we fired them, you know what they said? Nothing.
Yeah, we knew it.
They knew it.
Yeah, we were underperforming. No accountability.
They said nothing. You lose a $200 million contract, and you don't ask why? And the reason is you couldn't believe you got away with it as long as you did.
Without them even knowing, that's more valuable than giving them their credit card number.
Correct.
In fact, in LA, there's locations that will teach you how to open up your own hospice center. So I went there with a potential business partner to try and become a multi-millionaire in hospice.
We know that was your problem. You said business, and you said it correctly. When you go into that, you got to say business. Business. Now, don't pronounce it right. They'll know that you could probably start your own business legitimately. Greg in Rogers Park.
Yeah, AOC looks like was using campaign money to finance some this very dangerous drug called ketamine. It's like an depressant anesthesia.
So what? She beat that rap 6 years ago when her campaign manager got caught misappropriating funds. She said that it was her fiance and he couldn't testify against her, and they went on happily ever after to steal more money. And then she did a tax the rich on the back of a $4,300 dress. Remember that? Come on. They like their politicians nice and scummy. Who are you going to offend? The drug dealers that support you in the first place? I mean, it's kind of easy to figure out what we're dealing with.
It was on this quiet side road that police say Thomas Haynes sped towards the busier plaza, blew this stop sign, and crashed into the Clipples vehicle. Police said the driver ran from the scene, and we don't know which direction.
35 times arrested. He was on an ankle bracelet. That's North Carolina, not Chicago. It's the same wherever they are. And my favorite thing is, when they pass laws, I love when they exempt themselves. And I'm talking about Democrats specifically, American Soviets more formally.
Democrats in Virginia just voted to exempt themselves from gun control laws that they are imposing on the citizens of the state. And a move that's sparking backlash. Virginia Democrats pushed through new gun control measures that restrict citizens but don't apply to them. Critics say this is an example of Democrat elitist hypocrites, where lawmakers keep their privileges while restricting everyone else's. The bill creates a new Class 4 misdemeanor for anyone who doesn't store a handgun in a locked, hard-sided container and out of plain view when leaving it in an unattended vehicle. This rule applies to public highways, parking lots, and even commercial areas where the owner can't keep an eye on their car. Violators face fines and potential criminal records. But tucked into the bill's language on carrying firearms in restricted state areas like the Capitol is a loophole. Here it is, quote, "The provisions of this section shall not apply to any member of the General Assembly who leaves a handgun in an unattended motor vehicle when..."
They had the balls to put that in the bill. Everybody but us. Let's get in. It reminds me of Obamacare.
Such vehicle is parked in any parking structure reserved for members of the General Assembly. Virginia's Democrat majority, which regained full control of the General Assembly in 2025.
Reminds me of Illinois. And there's a lot of skullduggery going on you probably don't know about.
This is the sneaky way J.B. Pritzker hides his tax hikes.
Normally, when lawmakers want to raise taxes, they have to debate it publicly through the legislative process. But Pritzker got Illinois to skip this step by building automatic increases into taxes he signed years ago. It started with the gas tax in 2019, and now he's trying to repeat it with tolls. The hike.
He tied it to inflation. They love inflation.